Welcome to A Social Disease, a podcast for recapping and relating to Degrassi Jr High. I'm your host, Jessie Mack.
And I'm Carly Jo Gear, also a host.
This show is not for kids, as we have frank discussions about sex, drugs, and violence. Listener discretion advised. All right, welcome back, everyone.
Hey there.
Hi.
It's been a while.
We've got my friend Kaylie with us today.
Hi.
Hello.
So yeah, it's been a while. We released one a couple weeks ago, but that had been recorded months ago.
Right when there was snow on the ground.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I had actually started editing it a long time ago and then stopped. And so when I picked it up again to edit to release it, I didn't remember that the intro you're talking about getting stuck in the snow.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. I was I got new tires. I think I'm going to be okay for the rest of winter.
Yes.
And I was.
Mm-hmm.
Made it through.
I did. I knew I could make it through. Just like Degrassi.
But so the reason we took a little break, and it was definitely like I don't even know how long this break is going to be scenario, was because I got some not awesome news that they found. I did a PAP when I went in to get my birth control changed, and they found some abnormal cells, the bad kind. The one that you're like, oh no,
Wait.
you gotta take care of that one. It was
As
like
opposed
HPV
to the good
16.
abnormal cells.
Well, it's like these are the ones that are linked with cancer. So you're like,
right,
okay, we
okay.
need to like fucking take care of this.
Yeah.
So, and they were not they were pretty advanced and I was freaking out. So, I had to schedule a LEAP procedure, which I don't know if anybody really wants me to describe it. It's terrifying and ouch, it makes me cringe. It's not pleasant, but they remove the cells,
Okay.
and then they can test, like they simultaneously remove all the cells and have them viable to be tested to see like, okay, what stage is this at? Is it spread? Is it contained? All that stuff.
Right.
And so I obviously was freaking the fuck out and had a little break for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
But the positive thing was, because I was terrified to get this surgery done because it's awful and
I mean, who really enjoys surgery? Like, it's not.
Yeah,
It's not
but
a fun
it's like,
thing.
well, I had like the colposcopy with biopsies done before, and it was like excruciating and horrific. And I was like, I don't want to go through this. No, it's not okay. But then I got the brilliant idea to ask if they'd take my fallopian tubes out while they're in there. And
have them. Enjoy.
And if they did
No, I'm not
that,
using.
then they would put me under and I wouldn't have to be conscious. So like kill two birds with one stone there.
And I'm just curious because I know that you in the past hadn't you asked a doctor if you could have like your tubes tied or something because
yeah.
you know you don't want kids.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, you might change your mind when you meet a man. And you're
Yeah,
like,
they said that my future husband might want kids someday.
and
I was like, yeah, but what about me?
well, you know how that
If
goes.
he wants them so bad, he can have some.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Without me. But so
Yeah.
now because there was an issue, they were like, okay, all right, we'll take them. That's fine.
Well, I mean, it was kind of a crapshoot. Like, she totally could have said no, but I luckily got a doctor. I mean, I'm 35. Like, I asked when I was in like my early 20s, and they were like, no way.
Wah, wah.
But, you know, I'm like older now, and my doctor was really cool and nice, and she's like, yeah, we can do that. Why not?
You can have
And-
control of your body. That's fine.
Right.
No worries.
Well, I mean, I was worried on, one hand of would she even be willing at all, and on the other hand of could they do it at the same time?
Right.
Because
right.
that really, I was pushing for that on the basis of like, yeah, get it all over with. I can be put under. I don't have to be aware of what's going on because the past experiences with like similar things.
Yeah.
No, like no amount of pain killers they gave me, nothing. It was bad. So, sorry to freak anybody out who might have to get this done.
A leap procedure. Huh?
I hope that you're the same without your fallopian tubes. I think your personality is probably different now.
Yeah.
It all came from those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
Yep.
a whole new woman. But so yeah, I spent like a couple months just like preparing for it and
Aw.
freaking out, and then just doing a lot of stuff, trying to like get myself set up because I have like 4 to 6 weeks before I'm fully healed. So I can't like lift heavy things for a long time. I can't only be so active. So I was like really prepping and also freaking out. So it's this.
Good thing you don't have kids, am I right?
No
Yeah.
kidding.
Oh my God, I would be a nightmare. So anyways, that was, the couple months when that happened. Right before I got it done, I released the last episode, and then we had to kind of wait a little bit to record this new one. Everything went smoothly.
Yay!
I am healing really well. Of course, every other day I'm like, oh my God, am I dying? Is there something wrong with me? Like,
I mean, that's just you.
Is this normal? Is this normal? I'm calling up the nurse like, am I okay?
She's like, ma'am.
And they're like, yes, you're fine.
Please stop.
But I am healing good. Like, there hasn't been a ton of pain or any of that stuff. So,
Sweet.
like, everything went a million times better than I thought it was. And I was really freaking out over nothing. And
Well, that's anxiety, right?
Yeah.
yay! I can't have babies.
Woo! Yeah! No baby party.
So, do you take birth control still? I mean, there's many reasons for people to
Yeah.
take birth control. Okay.
So I had the implant, and I was like, we'll wait a little while because I don't want to be healing and dealing with hormone changes all at the same time. And there is like the aspect of period regulation and all that stuff. So I don't know, like I'm definitely going to keep it a little while and then kind of come back around to it because it's very easy to remove.
Yeah.
But now I'm twice as protected.
That's right. Without the fallopian tube, there's nowhere for the egg to travel, right? Like there's no way, right?
It'd be a miracle.
It's the smallest. There's always, with all birth control, minus like not even just completely getting your ovaries removed, there's always the slightest chance that it somehow makes its
I can't
way
wait
in
for
there.
your miracle baby at 42.
Please, no, please, God.
Just give it to Bethany. That's what I always say. She'll take it.
Yeah.
No, thank you. It's the giving birth aspect that I specifically don't want.
Yeah.
If by that time they can figure out a way to take it out of me and give it to her,
Right.
sure,
You're like, can
I'll take
you
it.
put me under for this? Like, ma'am, no.
But
They
so,
put
yeah.
Grammy under, right? Wasn't Grammy, if I recall, Grammy Mac was under for like all the kids.
I have
that she
no
had, but
idea.
that was the 50s. It was a different time.
Never heard
think they
anything
used-
about it. No,
I think they used to knock women out.
God, those were the days.
And just they probably gave her a freaking martini and some
Right.
Valium, and they were like, "Okay, we're gonna put you to sleep now. You'll have
Oh
a
my
baby when
God.
you wake up." And those were the days, am I right? Besides all the racism and sexism, but it sounds great.
I mean, I'll take it. I'll take getting
There you go.
knocked out to have a baby. But yeah. So, anyways, so things are coming along good. I'm very impatient though, because like I can only do so much, and I'm like, we're landscaping outside because we got weed city out there, like just weeds for days, and I just look out the window like
It doesn't get rid of them.
I can't shovel, and you're just growing and
Yep.
growing and growing.
Yep.
But so yeah, other than the impatience of like I want to be normal again,
Great.
things went well, and I'm happy. And yeah, very like maybe a 0.000001% chance I could ever get pregnant again. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I'm
nice.
comfortable with that.
I know how that goes.
Yeah, right.
And yeah, like the healing has not been an issue like pain wise. I took, kept on top of ibuprofen and Tylenol, and they like had me go back and forth. So like in the event, anyone is getting either of these things done, the recovery is not that bad. Do not freak
Yes,
out like
right.
I did.
As
It's
long as
okay.
you rest and don't do all the stuff you're not supposed to do, which I think is the problem that a lot
Yeah.
of people run into.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, if you don't really have the ability to rest,
Right.
not good. Not good.
Mm.
Wow. I guess I was very busy as well because I moved. So we are on location at my new apartment that I share with my boyfriend. Oh my God. What?
Wow.
I mean, they already knew about that. But what?
Okay.
But yeah, I was saying to some friends today, I was like, if you had told me a year ago, like, you're going to be living with a significant other in a year, I would have been like, okay, yeah, all right, whatever. So life comes at you fast.
It does.
Know? Here we are. So enjoying my new place. It's very nice.
Yeah. It looks nice in there. I like your picture up on the wall.
That's me. Those are my sexy Carlies. That's probably the least revealing picture. I had some boudoir photos taken last year, right before everything shut down. Yeah. And then, had nothing to do and a nice little stimmy check. So I was like, let me get these printed. And so I had all these like sexy pictures of myself. Only 3, not a bunch, but I had 3 sexy pictures. And then when I moved in here, I consulted with, the gal pals, Kaylie included. Mm-hmm. And I was like, is it okay or is it weird to hang up sexy Carly pictures now that I live with my boyfriend? And everybody was pretty much like, I think it's fine. I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah. And Eric didn't care. He was just like, like, you take them down if, like, my family came to visit, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm not fucking crazy. Right. I'm not going to make your mom look at my ass. Like, that's fucking
You're
weird.
You're not going to be like, Eric, it's the pictures or your family. You must choose.
That's right.
Who?
Yeah. Who? That's right. Pay to put them in a hotel and don't let them come here.
Pay to put the pictures in a hotel while they're here.
Yeah. Yep. I sneak in and I leave them in there. Like, look at my body. Look what your son has. I'll take them down when my sister comes. Like, because can you imagine Bethany would be like really weirded out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel like I would want to see pictures of my siblings. I'm good.
Right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But it's kind of giving me a Sheena Shea vibes.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
But yeah, so the apartment's going well?
Yeah, it is. This is Kaylie's first time in it, so
it sure is.
So yes, well maybe we can bring Kaylie into the fold. This is my pal Kaylie Honkala.
Yes, hello.
So we always ask our guests, who were you in high school versus who are you now?
Okay. Who was I in high school? I mean, I was a very busybody for sure. I did like everything, band, volleyball, the musical. I was very active. Mm-hmm. I mean, part of that is it was a really small school, a really small town.
Oh yeah, you're from like a teeny tiny town.
Yes, very small. My graduating class was like 22, I think.
Oh wow,
wild. Yeah, you thought your town was small, Jesse.
And that's
I mean, that would have been the size if it was just my town at my high school.
Yeah, well, that was actually 2 towns put together.
Oh my god,
school. And then for our sports teams, we combined with a 3rd school.
Yeah.
Just to have enough kids?
To have enough kids. For
yeah. They're like, teams. And you all have to play. You don't have a choice because we can't.
Exactly.
We can't do it.
That's why I was so active. But no, I was a very big busybody.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, I'm pretty busy. I keep pretty busy, but I'm definitely a lot more chill.
Yeah. And you are a teacher.
I am a teacher. Yeah. Yes, that's why I stay busy.
That's what. Yes. Yeah.
It's a lot of work. Yeah.
No fucking kidding. Especially like having to learn how to do online teaching.
Yeah.
How's that?
It's fine. We have 6 more weeks of this.
Who's counting though? Who's
counting? No, I was just telling Carly earlier, actually, I co-teach one kindergarten class, and the majority of our students that our district offered parents the option to send their kids back hybrid, but the majority of our students chose to stay home while their parents chose to stay home, right? They're 5.
Yeah.
But their parents chose to keep them home, and our principal wants to have like our regular in-person like kindergarten graduation.
Mm.
And we're like, this doesn't really make any sense. They have never stepped their foot into a building before.
Right.
And now we want them to come and like process down an aisle and like
Yeah.
hold
They don't
up a
even, like,
certificate.
know each other.
Exactly. I mean, they love each other, like,
Yeah.
but it's like, why? So
Hmm.
anyway, 6 more weeks, and that's the kind of
Yeah.
crap we're dealing with.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely heard some teachers being like, I mean, there's all those assholes out there like, teachers just don't want to work. And then but then teachers have been like, it's actually been like harder
Oh,
to
yeah.
do it
Oh,
this
yeah.
way in a lot of ways. Like I'm doing more work trying
yeah,
to make this
absolutely.
work.
Right.
So I'm just like, but like you guys got to be protected. Like you
Mhm.
got to be safe.
Yeah,
So-
no, that definitely is twice amount of work, and especially like for some teachers who are, 50 years
Oh my God.
old, like
Mm.
them.
Right.
I have this wonderful teacher who teaches 1st and 2nd grade who literally, and this is one of my favorite things to joke about with her, she literally started at this school on the actual day that I was born, the actual day that I was birthed. She started working at this school that we work at together.
Oh, wow.
So she doesn't love that joke as much, but she had to like figure it all out. Technology is not her strong suit, and she's been teaching for 30 years.
Oh man.
So dramatically,
Yeah, that's what
It's a big
like
challenge.
with the family that I babysit for, they definitely noted like the fresh out of college
Mhm.
teachers
Yeah.
were like doing great. They
Uh-huh.
knew how to do it.
Innovative, yeah.
Mhm. And all the older teachers were like,
Oh. Yeah,
okay.
I'm trying to imagine like the older teachers who struggle just to like put up a PowerPoint or like open a YouTube video on the board. No, I mean that must be real tough to just suddenly be like, I don't even know how to like video chat, and now I have to figure out how to teach a class this way. Like what? Sorry for the random gap the mic cut out. We asked her what her relationship to Degrassi is.
But my sister and our friend Lindsay,
That's right. Okay, yeah.
they loved it. They watched it all growing up. So I would like see bits and pieces of it,
Mhm.
But they definitely watched what I believe to be the recent season at the time because it was the one with Drake in it.
Okay, yeah.
Correct? So that
yeah.
was when
Next
we were growing
generation.
up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they loved it. They loved it. They loved Drake, of course.
Aubrey Graham.
They had a lot of jokes, about it and stuff that they would say about it that I wouldn't get, but like I knew they were talking about Degrassi.
So I know that.
Yeah.
It's my relationship. Yeah.
And then who do you think you would have hung out with of the crew that you saw? You can describe them if you can't remember their names.
Right. Yeah. It's hard to say. Like this episode, nobody was particularly enticing.
No.
Maybe that guy who was handing out licorice.
Yeah.
He had candy. He had candy.
Yeah,
And he was nice. He was like, I want $100. And he just, sorry, I know I'm encroaching on the episode, but yeah, he was
Spoiler
like,
alert.
spoilers. And he wanted to share the wealth. I like
Right?
that guy. I'm all about that.
Endless
And what's
supply.
funny, that character, he comes from a very like poor background, so
Uh-huh.
it was like really lovely. Of course, like he finally got some money and he's like, no, I want to spread the
That's
joy, as
right.
opposed to like the rich kids would have been like, this is my fucking licorice. Nobody can
Right.
have it.
I have to say, it looked like it was black licorice, though. And I was like,
Ew.
that's a bold choice.
I like black licorice.
I mean, me
Yeah.
too, but does everybody?
No.
I mean, that's
don't.
why we would have been friends with him. Yeah, Jessie would not have been friends with him. She would have been like, I don't want your...
I don't know. Maybe he had a variety in there.
It's true.
You know.
I don't know. It didn't look like a Twizzler pack, you guys. It wasn't the rainbow Twizzlers that we
No,
know
it was a
today.
paper bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah, it
knows?
was a paper bag. Yeah.
It was. He got it from an old-fashioned candy.
He sure did. He went to
Yeah.
a penny
Mhm.
candy store and...
So maybe
Cleaned
that
him
guy.
out.
Mhm.
He had no licorice left.
Yeah,
when
right. No,
left.
he like slid the $100 bill over and was like, give me all the licorice I can
That's
get
right.
Yeah.
with this $100 bill. A truck
we don't even
pulls
have
up.
enough.
No, sir, we've got to go in
He's
back
like
order.
coming back for his weekly licorice
Mhm.
for a whole year.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I mean this episode definitely didn't make many of them look very good. Like I
No.
think this is like the first time that Melanie even looked decent.
Right.
You know, because she kept being like, who cares if someone's gay? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, is that
what's
that's
the
who
problem?
that
What?
was? Okay.
What's the
Yeah.
problem? What am I not understanding here?
She's the one that got tricked in. She wanted to do drugs because you've been
Yeah.
listening to the episodes that we've been doing.
yeah.
So yeah, she's the one that was like, I want to try drugs.
All right. Well,
And then they took
maybe
vitamins.
I'd be friends with fucking Melanie. I don't know. Can I curse on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You listen. You.
Well, I know, but I can't remember. Yeah, maybe now that I think about it, if she's the one who wanted to do drugs, like you're saying, and she was the one who was cool in this episode, like, what's the big deal? Maybe she's who I'd want to be friends with. I would want to call her like that. Like maybe, what's the name? What's the Toad from Mario?
Oh yeah.
Because of
Toadstool.
her hairstyle.
Yeah. Melanie's just over there freaking popping Flintstones gummies and
Yep.
being like,
Mhm.
it's cool to be gay. What's everyone's problem?
And-
Have
I
some of
have
these
to-
gummies and you'll chill out.
Right. Kaylie, I have to ask you before we get started. Would you say that it's daily, weekly, or monthly that your students chant lesbian at you? Like, how often does that happen? Just curious.
It definitely does not happen. So I will get back to you if it.
If it does, you have to let us know so we can tell everyone this is a realistic situation.
Right.
Well, you know what? You've been doing online learning, so those kids are muted, so you probably just can't hear them whispering. So that's what I'm going to assume. She just hasn't heard it.
Right.
So just wanted to make sure. It seemed like it was a really realistic thing that would happen.
Mhm.
100%.
So, well, all right. Shall we get into it?
Yeah, sure. What are we talking about this week?
Oh, we are talking about season 1, episode 6. Rumor has it, ooh, the rumor has it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. Miss Avery leads class in a discussion about important women in history, and the gals in class are enthralled. Caitlin whispers to Susie about how awesome she is. Her demeanor is super weird, but honestly, like, I feel like she'd be really good at telling bedtime stories.
Oh, Miss
Like,
Avery.
her class was like chill, and I was sitting there like, man, this could put me to sleep. Like,
This is a
this is
vibe.
kind of soothing.
Yeah, because what did Caitlin say? She was like, or I don't know if it was Caitlin or someone responding to her. She makes everything so interesting. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I can barely hear this woman.
Right? It's like
I'm like, she needs
ASMR too, but
yeah.
like I'm just laying there like, yeah, all right, keep going, Miss Avery.
Yeah.
I'll be out in no time.
Right?
I think Miss Avery telling me like history lessons might be the cure to my sleep disorder.
Yeah, I would think
I'm
so.
gonna give it a try. Call up the actress.
Mm-hmm. She's still alive. I'm pretty sure last I checked, because I'm in all the Degrassi groups, and so there's like actually in the Degrassi Jr High Facebook group, there was some drama because I guess there are some of the former actors in the actual Facebook group, and like they're all old,
Yeah.
But so like somebody posted a picture of one of the actors, and then I don't know what happened because the comments got deleted, but like somebody made a comment about one of the actors, and then everybody was like, how dare you, like some of these actors are in this group, and that was
God.
yeah, I was like, what the fuck did he say? Like what did he say?
I hate that
Cancel.
when things get deleted because I'm
I
so
know.
nosy.
I
I want to know
know.
what happened.
I know.
Like,
I know.
Screen caps, anyone?
Yeah,
caught
I
this?
searched the person's name within the group to see like if I could find the comments, but I was like, no, I don't know
Oh,
what
yeah.
he said, but people were upset.
That's a shame.
Mm-hmm. You know what else is a shame is this tiny ass ponytail that Caitlin has.
Oh my
Always.
God.
I
She
just
looks
don't.
good.
I don't understand it. Like it's that ponytail is hanging on by a thread. And
Is it doing anything practical? It doesn't
I don't
look
think
like it's
so.
keeping anything out of her face.
that hair's
or
not going to be in her face.
Well,
It
and
just
then she
looks
started wearing that headband.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you're worried about people thinking that you're a lesbian,
anything.
don't wear your hair in that headband like that.
Do lesbians like headbands?
I mean, not headbands in particular, but that was a very like sporty.
It was a little,
look.
yeah. She was looking sporty for sure. Mm-hmm.
Miss Avery calls Caitlin up and she is psyched to be singled out. She all but sits on her lap.
Yeah.
And the teacher tells her she is the best student she's ever had. And this is wildly inappropriate.
Yep.
It's like, I'm looking like, what the fuck?
Regardless of if Miss Avery is a lesbian or not, like,
100%.
you should not be wrapping your arm around a child's waist.
Yeah.
No.
And she wasn't sitting on her lap, but she like almost was. Like, it
Yeah,
looked
it was
like that
close.
was where it was going, and then she just kind of hovered there.
Yeah.
It was very strange.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable for sure.
Mm-hmm.
My students, I have young kids, and they are always trying to like climb up into my lap, and I'm like, absolutely not.
I mean,
you stay right there on the ground. We are not doing that.
It's interesting. I think my mom was a kindergarten teacher, and I think she did let kids sit in her lap, but I think it is like
But like, yeah, that's
depends on the
kindergarten.
comfort level, right? Well, I mean, because Kaylee has kindergartners.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I too, like, as a babysitter, am often like, when kids try to get too close, I'm like, there is a boundary.
Yeah.
You may not do that.
Mm-hmm. But so that bitch Kathleen announces to everyone that Miss Avery is a total lesbo.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Avery is unfazed, but the entire class erupts into evil whispers and the room closes in around Caitlin. Oh, she's gay. Homosexual.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Caitlin wakes up in a cold sweat. What the fuck was that?
What a dream.
What a dream.
Like, I wouldn't even, this is the thing, is like, I wouldn't even necessarily color that a wet dream, you know? I mean, maybe that was the best they could do with, like, these are children, we can't, like, but it was like, it was interesting, like, why wouldn't they have put Caitlin in the position of, like, another girl in her class? Like, that would have made more sense if she was, like, gonna question her sexuality at all, as opposed to, like, this illegal, like, is it this teacher? Like, am I attracted to her? Do I don't understand. Like,
it was just weird. Like, it wasn't sexual. It was inappropriate, but it wasn't like sexual. And it was just fucking weird. I don't know. I would wake up from that dream like, what?
It was romantic.
I was gonna say it was like some sort of relationship vibe that was out of line. But like, this show was made for kids to watch, right? Not for kids their age. So I feel like for junior high students, like, that would be, like, I'm sure there are kids who have some sort of, crushes.
Right.
Maybe the crushes that we know and love now.
I mean, I guess, like, of all the girl-on-girl porn I've seen, none of it ever starts like that. So, you know.
Well, that's good, Carly.
Right. It's usually like, I'm so bored and horny.
I mean, if you, like, watched 80s hot for teacher porn, lesbian porn, like, that'd be so strange.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, like, if you've watched
give you
it,
a suggestion.
I
was like, if you think this is what 80s hot for teacher lesbian porn is, let me send you a few links.
Like, let's pull up Pornhub real quick and let me show you.
I don't know. There's got to be a kink about people just whispering, lesbian, gay, homosexual. People are like,
and
oh, yeah.
That's a good sound. Maybe Caitlin is into ASMR. And
Yeah.
she's like, oh my God, they're
Well,
looking
that's
at
why she
throaty.
loves this teacher, because it's a soft, calming voice.
I think we cracked the code.
There we go.
We did. We cracked it.
All right. Caitlin and Susie are walking to school together and planning for a slumber party while her parents are out of town. Her brother will be there to look out for them. Rick rides by and Caitlin blushes as she greets him. Susie teases her and then takes a pic of him riding away like a weirdo. She's like, oh, got that. I got his butt.
This is interesting because I think this is actually how lesbian porn does start, is like we're just gonna have a sleepover. And then it's like somebody's boob falls out, and it's like, ooh, your boob fell out. Let me suck on your nipple. Like, you know, it's always like should we? I guess we should.
Yeah, might as well.
Might as well. It's been a rough day at the office.
Kathleen and Annie greet them and then notice something crazy after they pass. Miss Avery is being dropped off by a woman.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Scandal.
If that does not scream homosexuality, I don't know what does.
I've never been in a car with a woman, and I never will.
Well, I'm a God-fearing gal, and so I would never. I'm actually the only reason why Kaylie and I can be alone in this room together is because my boyfriend's in the other room.
You know,
so he would knock if he thought something was happening inappropriate and would say, "You need to leave room for Jesus."
That's why we're sharing this one headphone.
Yeah.
Don't talk about my setup like that. Don't drag me.
I'm just gonna pull the curtains back a little bit for the listeners.
Kaylee's like, Carly's in my lap right now, actually. We need to get really
She's
close.
sitting like Caitlin sits on Miss Avery.
This is how you talk to teachers, and well, you're a teacher, so
come on over here. Let me teach you a lesson. Come on.
Oh my!
And I'm just a real lesbian.
I'm like, Kaylie, I actually didn't invite you over to record the podcast. I actually wanted to film something.
It's a really weird episode.
Yep. The whole thing's a fever dream, just like what Caitlin's having right now.
Oh my
Fine.
God. So turns out that Dream Kathleen and Real Kathleen are
Spot on.
both pretty interested in her love life and whether or not she's a lesbian.
I think Kathleen would be more likely to be a lesbian, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's why she's so mad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, she's a lesbian. She is.
She's trying to take the
Oh,
heat off
you
of
are
her.
too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Annie thinks that it's just a rumor, but she doesn't bring any hot guys on dates to class ever, so it doesn't seem like she's into men.
You know, must be gay.
They haven't seen her with a man.
That lines up.
Makes sense.
That's
Makes
yeah.
sense.
I mean, what
Perfect.
else? What else could it mean? I don't know. I mean, I gotta say though, the woman that was dropping her off, she did look a little like a lesbian of the 80s for sure. I was like, that woman can command a boardroom for fucking sure. Like,
I let her command my boardroom.
Oh, you have a wife, Kaylie. My God,
it'll be fine.
I'm telling Beth. Beth, your wife, not Beth, my sister. Just so we're clear.
Just gonna tell all Beths everything.
I'm gonna send a Facebook message to all the Beths, and they're gonna think it's about a Beth fight, but it's really gonna be because I don't know which Beth Kaylee's in love with. There's one of them.
Caitlin and Susie develop some pictures when Caitlin confides in her about her weird dreams. Susie thinks they reveal her inner desires.
I don't.
She wants to know if dreams.
Yeah, I was like, way to make sure she's not going to tell you what her dreams are.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if dreams reveal your inner desires, then I don't know what the fuck I want out of life because I got some weird shit going on. Like, you thought Caitlin's dream was weird? Take a step in here. You will be very confused.
I mean, I'm saying like my friend Lyndon, who is gay, he once had a sexy dream about me.
Oh.
And it was one of those things that was kept hush hush until finally it was just like, Lyndon had a sexy dream about you. And I was like, wait, what? Huh? But then a few months went by, and then I had a sexy dream about Lyndon. And I was like, oh no.
It's the universe is telling you.
Yeah. I was like, Lyndon, come to this dark side that is straightness. He was like, hard pass, but that's okay.
Yeah, he's like, I'm good.
Yeah, he's like, I'm all that. All that.
Straight people.
I was like, Lyndon, all cats are the same in the dark, okay? Right? A hole's a hole. You'll never know. But he still is going to go ahead and pass. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So Susie wants to hear all about these dreams as long as they're not all sexy and stuff.
Ew.
It's like, within reason, share these dreams with me.
She used the word desires, but
Yeah,
is like, but if it gets sexy, I don't want any part of it.
Caitlin is going to pass on that. Then she develops an extreme close-up of Rick's face just cheesing.
Because why not?
He's so happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because we assume he's not in an abusive situation anymore, so
Yeah.
that's good.
He's having a good time now.
Yeah.
Things are looking
Oh,
bright.
that's right. He was staying with his brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, yeah.
And he has a friend.
He's got a friend. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So, yeah, Rick is great. Rick, he's fine now. I don't think, if we've learned anything from baby boomers, kids get hit all the time, and they turned out just fine. So,
Right. They're resilient.
Yeah.
Is this
Yeah.
the kid who she said hi to on the bike?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes.
Licorice.
Oh, yeah.
Figure.
Yes.
Oh,
Licorice
and that's
kid.
Licorice Kid.
Mhm.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So the stories tie together. in a way.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I really love the juxtaposition of the two stories.
Oh.
Juxtaposition of the two stories in this one.
Mhm.
But I'm again not going to get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. Exactly.
Arthur presents a project over the projector about the neighborhood watch.
These losers would
Yes.
totally have a neighborhood watch.
They are the neighborhood watch. They won't stop watching people. For
No,
5 seconds.
exactly.
Mind
They
their fucking business.
are the creeps of Degrassi Junior High.
We're the neighborhood watch, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, right? hmm
Everyone claps and Yick is proud. Miss Avery announces that Caitlin and Susie will be up next time. Kathleen and Annie approach about the sleepover and they make plans. They're going to eat popcorn and talk about boys.
Unless you're gay.
Well, Kathleen thinks she's a perv,
Mhm.
yet she's the one who can't stop fixating on their teacher's sexuality.
That's
She's
true.
like, you're going to talk about boys? Gross. Can we talk about Miss Avery's lesbian girlfriend that
Right.
is dropping her off? Yeah.
See, maybe that is the problem, is that she's the one, she's trying to deflect,
Right.
take the heat off of her. Would you mind telling the story about what you told people
Oh, yeah.
when you were in
I
high
mean,
school?
So I mean, in my small town, I had no people of color, so I was just like, oh yeah, I'm only attracted to black men.
Mhm.
So
And
then
this
that,
really got everyone off my back.
yeah, they were like, oh yeah, Kaylie would never like any of the boys in school because they're just, her
they're
type's not
my
here.
Flavor.
Right.
Yeah. You need to stay away from my boyfriend, Kaylie.
Okay, I can do that. That's a promise I can make.
But I just think that was so clever. Like, you got out of people being like, no, but who do you have a crush on? And you're like, they're just like,
None
no.
of these assholes.
That's right. That's right. And I was like, damn, you're smart.
But so Annie insists that it's normal to talk about boys and pretty much the only thing teen girls have to talk about anyways.
I mean, yeah.
Right.
That's all we got. We're just boy crazy.
Uh,
I mean, I was pretty boy crazy, but I had other interests, you know?
yeah, I mean, I will say I was definitely very boy crazy, but like I also really liked soccer, so
Mhm.
I did have some things going on.
Right.
Yeah.
We had other
Mhm.
conversations.
Boys and soccer.
Yeah, perfect.
Mhm.
Miss Avery asked the girls about their photos and how their project is going. She puts her hand on Caitlin's shoulder and compliments a paper she wrote. Caitlin is now clearly uncomfortable, and Susie thinks that's a perfect photo op.
Well, okay, so it was definitely, it looked like a very unnatural, like,
Yeah.
hand on the person. Like, it would be one thing if you
Yeah.
just gave him, like, a quick, like, pat. Like, it was really great. But she was like, I'm gonna linger with my hand, like, on the front of your chest, open, you know what I mean? Like,
It was strange.
It was like, you wouldn't do that. You would not put your hand on somebody's, like, upper chest like that.
Yeah, it was odd for sure. But Susie was like, "That'll make a good picture." I like
Oh,
it.
yeah.
DJ Radich interrupts, and Mrs. Avery rushes off.
DJ Radich is 100% trying to hit that. Like,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
yeah, he's into it.
They chat somewhat flirtily, and Annie tells everyone how she's shipping them in her fan fiction hard.
Mm-hmm.
But Kathleen points out that's all it is. It's fiction, because Mrs. Avery is all about the ladies.
But like, she also notes that like, they're like, isn't Mr. Radich married? And she was like, no, he doesn't have a ring. I checked. Like, she's
so fucking
very
nosy.
invested in the teachers' romantic lives.
I mean, that's like the thing about this whole episode. I was like, kids like really care way less about their
Mhm.
teachers' personal lives
Yeah.
than the show was making it seem. I'm like, you know what? They're just not that interested in people other than themselves. At the
No.
same
I mean,
time.
most people aren't interested in anybody but themselves, like, you know, but yeah, there was a lot of fixation here happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember ever wondering if my teachers were married or whatever. It was
Mhm.
just like they'd maybe casually reference their
Right.
partner, and it's like, oh,
Mhm.
okay. Anyways, like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I
That's
think
how most kids feel.
right. I think there was like one teacher in my high school that was rumored to be gay, but like I do think he actually was. Like I think in the aftermath of it, like I think he was, and I think that somebody found like his MySpace page or something like that at the time. So, but yeah, like nobody was. I would say nobody was like fixating on it. It was just like we just assume.
Right.
Mhm.
It wasn't
But, yeah.
like the only thing you talked about for a week straight.
No,
Right.
and I didn't have him as a teacher, so you know I didn't. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, I heard, I think that teacher might be gay, but like, she just won't shut the fuck up about it.
No, she won't.
Every
Right.
5 seconds,
Literally.
she brings it up. Like, girl, relax.
Right. Hey, Kathleen, do you want to sit with me at lunch? I would, but she's gay, so I don't know if you guys knew.
Right.
But so, Melanie is all, who says? Kathleen reiterates that she isn't knee deep in dick all the time, so obviously she doesn't like men.
Duh.
Annie thinks she's into Radich. Kathleen writes it off as just professionalism.
What?
Melanie, she's just like, oh, they're just teachers. They're just talking because they work together.
Oh, right.
Melanie doesn't see what's wrong with being gay, and Kathleen accuses her of being a lesy too.
I've never heard anybody say lesy. Maybe
I have,
It was
but like
like-
not in a very long time.
Exactly. I'm like, oh wow, what a throwback.
Yeah.
Leslie.
Yeah.
Leslie Borden. Yes.
That would make a great Halloween
Murder that
costume.
pussy. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm being for Halloween.
Leslie Borden.
I'm gonna go to school
Yes.
dressed like that.
And instead of an axe, you'll have scissors.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was watching with Johnny. He was like, Leslie, wow. It's been a while. It's been a while since I heard that one.
Yep.
But so
Yeah.
Melanie points out that you
Yeah.
don't have to be gay to not be prejudiced.
Mhm.
Yep. Yep. That's right. Because the way Melanie talks, everything she says, it's like so over exaggerated.
I just thought it was hilarious that she's like, I'm not prejudiced.
What's wrong with being homosexual anyway? Why? Are you a Lizzie too? No, but I'm not prejudiced either.
Yeah, that's how prejudiced. Yeah, she just says everything really over exaggerated.
Enunciated.
Weird.
Yeah, she's like classically trained or something. I don't know
Uh-huh.
because she hits every syllable.
Uh-huh.
Syllable, not sybil. I don't know.
So yeah, Melanie Melanie's definitely the only reasonable person in the bunch today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Is that a normal thing for her, or is this out of the ordinary?
It's iffy. She's got her moments.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
She's the one that really wanted a bra.
Mm.
Oh.
Mhm.
Stands to reason. There's
Yeah.
always one.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. Yick searches his locker high and low for the $20 his dad gave him, but the thing is a total sty. Of course he lost it. Arthur goes from 0 to 100 in 3 seconds. Someone stole it.
Just like a white man.
The Degrassi bandit is on the loose.
Yep. We gotta get him.
They nervously eye every kid that crosses their path. It could be anyone.
Because, like, obviously, a kid would open that locker and be like, oh, there's definitely some money hidden in
Right.
this treasure trove of a
Right.
fucking mess locker.
They sat there for like 20 minutes, like searching, like there
Mhm.
might be some money in here and I'm gonna
Mhm.
find it.
Oh my God. You know, okay, I'm envisioning, like, what was that show? With Mark Summers. And, like, they'd have to find
Double
the
Dare?
flag. Yes.
oh yeah,
Having to find the flag
like in the
like
goo.
the
The
guy's
pudding or
nose
whatever.
or something,
Oh,
or pudding or
yes.
something. Yes, That's what I'm imagining is some kid just like tearing through and they find the 20 and they're like, I got it! And they fucking run out of there, pass it off to the next kid because it's a relay race, and then the last person buys licorice, obviously.
All the gal pals giggle away in Caitlin's bedroom. They're making prank phone calls. Classic. Annie tries to get DJ Radich on the horn and uses her deepest man voice to do it. It is not very, very manly at all.
No. Like, you definitely know that was a child.
Is Mr. Radich there? Yeah. I'm not a high school girl.
Do you think teachers back then were getting prank calls, like, a lot?
I mean, probably not a lot, but I definitely, like, when I saw that scene, I was like, oh, yeah, like, this was definitely what we did before smartphones.
Right, because what the fuck else would you do?
Right.
Well, me and Beth, Carly's sister Beth, used to make prank phone calls all the time until we got in trouble for it.
Totally.
Because someone called back and, like, tattled on us.
Who did you guys prank call? Like, what did you do?
Random numbers.
I remember you doing it. I just remember what, like, you did.
I definitely knew we called, like, 1-800-867-5309. You know, like, we called this one guy. I feel like we had, like, some reason for these numbers. They were, like, funny to us, and then whoever we got at the end, like, we thought it was, like, really funny, so we'd keep calling those people. And there was freaking Peggy.
What?
Oh, man. Wait, was it... I think it was Delta Airlines. I think it was Delta Airlines. And we used to call this girl Peggy. Or, like, we got her one day. Her name was Peggy. And then we thought that was funny. So every time we'd call, we'd be asking for Peggy. Or we'd be like, can you tell Peggy this? And I think there was one day we're like, if you talk to Peggy, can you ask if she has my plaid pants? I really need them back.
Like,
and we thought it was the funniest
this is the thing ever. Is like, I always thought I was a weird kid, but Bethany and Jesse were weird on a whole other level from me. The shit that they did together, like...
Yeah. Well, we called this other guy, and I just remember we would always get his answering machine, and he kind of talked like your dad.
Okay.
Like, he had your dad's kind of accent, and at the end, he'd go, later. So we just called him all the time because we thought it was so funny. Fucking weirdos. But we never called, like, anyone we knew. It was always just random ass numbers, and if we found one we liked, we harassed them till they called your mom, and then we got in trouble.
Yeah. Well, a year ago, when I was, in the depths of quarantine, just watching a lot of wrestling from the late 90s, there was somebody in the audience that had a sign that said, like, Andy Gray is single, and then there was a phone number. So, like, you're thinking back then, unless you, like, recorded it on VHS, like... You would have had to have written that phone number down real quick to call it, right? So I posted about this on Facebook, and, like, a guy I went to high school with was, like, the way the picture was, he was like, what's the last number? Tell me what the last number is. And so I gave it to him, and he called the number, and he said it was, like, it was clearly a landline, and it was, like, a house number, and it was, like, it went to voicemail, but it was, like, something along the lines of, like, this is the Gray residence. And he was like, that, like, his family still lives in that home. Like, clearly. My God. Like, and you gotta, I think he left a voicemail or something. And then it's like, man, they gotta be like, who the fuck was watching Monday Night Raw from, like, March 28th, 1998? Like, who the fuck was watching that?
Do you think they just get these calls from time to time, and they're like,
I wonder. I probably. Oh, man.
Not this
God
again.
Damn it. Because it probably wasn't Andy Gray who was holding the sign, right? It was probably, like, Andy Gray's asshole best friend who was like, he's going to be so good, he couldn't come to Raw.
Every time someone calls, they're like, okay, Jonathan, you fucked us over for years now. 4 years. We're just constantly
not enough of them to change the number, so.
Yeah, maybe they like it.
Yeah,
maybe he's still single and he's like, yeah, hook me up.
It was like, this one's a man calling. I'm not gay like Miss Avery. This isn't how this works.
So, anyways, they try to call DJ Radich, but a lady answers. It can't be his wife because Kathleen checks that ring finger regularly to ensure he's still available.
She's like, there isn't even a tan line, okay? He's never worn a wedding ring. Am I right?
I don't know. It might not be that Kathleen is just secretly gay. It might be that she just secretly loves teachers. Like, she has a thing for teachers, and she's just like, I want to date all of them. I got to keep tabs. Are you single? Are you taken?
Yeah, when that song "Hot for Teacher"
Do you
came
like
out, she
women?
was like,
Do you not?
I identify with this.
Yes, that is. I'm a teacher sexual.
I like it.
Annie finally gets him and asks if it's Mr. Radich on the line. He says yes, and she tells him he better get off because a train is coming. Nailed it.
Sick prank.
Everyone erupts with laughter. This is the funniest thing they've ever witnessed. Like, they cannot. The best joke in the world. Like,
I mean, Caitlin and Susie, we're doing some pretty lame ass jokes, trying to get Rick to smile. So this probably is pretty quality humor to them.
If she would have been wearing a pig nose, like, they never would have recovered.
Oh my god. Oh no, definitely not.
Oh my god, I forgot all about that. Annie hands the hat to Caitlin to pick out who to call next. Of course, it's Miss Avery. And Caitlin doesn't want to, but Kathleen bullies her into calling her by calling her her pet. That was a lot of calling in hers in a row. Annie notes that she still sleeps with a teddy bear, but she doesn't sleep with it. She just doesn't want to throw it away.
I mean, reasonable, you know. She's a hoarder. It's fine.
But I was over here like, okay, who gives a fuck? Like,
right.
This detail better be important later because otherwise you're wasting everyone's time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is. It is later. It does. Teddy bear does come back.
It does. But was this necessary?
Because I guess I never remember kids being like, oh, you still have teddy bears?
Right.
Lame. Like, I think my... Like middle school.
I got one right here.
Are you 5?
You can't see it.
Oh, it's cute.
It's like a zombie or something.
Yep.
Johnny got it for me. It's a zombie bear.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, I definitely had like stuffed animals from my middle school and high school boyfriends that I slept with like all through high school because it was like, my boyfriend gave it to me. I'm going to hug it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely kept a handful of stuffed animals, like the ones that I thought were like funny or significant in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Most got trashed or stored or something, but I have like maybe... I don't know, 5 stuffed animals from when I was younger. Still,
I've got a couple. Yeah,
I got Road Doggy Dog up there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But anyways, Caitlin reaches Avery and uses a voice with a hint of some kind of undiscernible accent.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
These girls are really good.
Like, I was like, what is she going for right now? Like, I wish she talked more so I could have, like, figured out what the fuck she was doing.
Do you think that would have helped if she would have talked more?
Yeah, definitely.
It would, I mean, I would have felt better just knowing what the fuck she was trying to do there, but it was, yeah.
But Miss Avery wasn't there, so Caitlin quickly says, no message, and hangs up.
Hello, I'd like to talk to Ms. Avery, please. No message.
No message. Goodbye. She's Borat. Are you my wife?
So everyone asked who answered, and it was some lady. Well, shit. The case is closed. Kathleen was right all along.
Right there.
Oh, boy. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
There's no other explanation.
I love the concept that these kids have no idea. Like, I mean, granted, the economy was better probably in the 80s, but, like,
roommate.
Still, you don't realize that people can have roommates? Like, what? Okay.
I will only live with men because I am not gay.
I'm saying.
If I need a roommate, it's got to be a man, because what will people say?
I mean, I've had a lot of gay men as roommates.
Carly, I don't even know what that makes you.
I'm not sure what it means for me. I think what it meant is that their gayness rubbed off on me, but made me more straight because I was like, that's right. We're attracted to men in this household and men only. I can only assume.
It's very complex. Yeah. Human sexuality, like.
Yep.
So Caitlin suggests they're probably just friends. Kathleen swears she saw them canoodling out in public, but Caitlin doesn't buy it.
Mm-mm.
They were definitely holding hands the other day.
Yeah.
I feel like she would have mentioned that a long time ago if that were the case.
Right. Yeah, it seems like a really bullshit, like, out of left field.
Yeah.
They were holding hands. I saw them kiss.
Yeah. Kathleen and Annie are chilling by a tree waiting for Miss Avery to arrive to school. She pulls up with that woman again and kisses her on the cheek.
Oh, that not looking good. Not looking good for Miss Avery.
The girls are freaked out.
I mean, did she kiss her on the cheek? It looked like a kiss to me.
I thought it was like on the cheek. It was pretty close to the mouth, but it was
very
like
close.
maybe next to it. I'm not like a touchy-feely, kissy person,
Mm-hmm.
so it would be weird for me, but like some people do that.
Okay,
It's
okay.
true.
Hear me out. Maybe Miss Avery's roommate is a lesbian and she's secretly in love with Miss Avery, but Miss Avery's like, look, I want to be best friends with you, but like, I don't know how to tell you. I'm not a lesbian. And she's still trying it. The friend is still going for it.
It's rough.
I just like, I like fanfic, so this is what I'm making up in my head.
You're gonna start a whole fanfic for the woman in the car on Degrassi Junior High season 1 episode 6.
Well, I mean, she's like a
'Cause
real
we don't even know
fashion
her name.
icon. Like those sunglasses she was wearing at this part,
That's
I was
true.
like, this lady, like, she literally looks like an executive of some kind. I was like,
Yeah.
she's a very powerful woman, I can tell, and I feel like I want her in my corner.
The dork detectives are on the case. They dust Jick's locker for fingerprints, and clearly they're not going to be able to match the jillion fingerprints with all of their owners.
Right, because also they wouldn't have anybody's fingerprints. Like, they're not. This is not a precinct, you guys, you dum-dums. You're gonna take everybody's fingerprints to figure out who's on the locker.
Well, they thought that the thief would come by and just like press their finger against the locker to spell their name.
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah, yeah,
criminals normally do, but it didn't happen in this case.
Oh
So,
man.
yeah, they
Well,
lucked
'cause
out.
there was no criminal, so that's why.
Well,
Normally,
hey,
the
spoilers.
Right?
oh, sorry.
Arthur thinks they just need to find a suspect first, and then they can narrow it down.
What?
Probably a good idea. I get, like...
I mean, that sounds like America's policing
I was
system.
gonna
So we just
say.
need to find a suspect, any suspect.
Listen,
Doesn't-
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
I
that
don't
is
know.
actually how it goes.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
They pick
Yeah.
a suspect and they try to figure out if it happened or if it didn't.
Right.
I mean, I guess you got to start somewhere.
Right. They're like,
Yeah.
we're probably going to send you to jail regardless of if you did it, but you're the suspect.
Right.
Well, they gotta find someone, and they gotta be suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Just then, Rick walks by, and Arthur eyes him through a magnifying glass.
Duh.
Of course, it's the poor kid.
He's got that live to ride, ride to live shirt. He's a bad boy.
Yeah. The gals gossip about what they saw, and Melanie is over it. But they almost kissed on the lips. Rick approaches Caitlin and offers her some licorice. He offers her as many as she can handle, and there's more where that came from, because he's
Whoa.
rich, biatch.
Damn.
He illegally gambled and won $100.
I mean, and in $100 in like 89, what do
Yeah.
you think that's the equivalent to now? Like $250 or something like
I don't
that?
know, but that's a lot of licorice. Like,
That's a
Mhm.
fucking shitload of licorice. I really hope he did buy something else besides just licorice.
Nope, he's got his monthly licorice delivery.
some people are starting to use like Bitcoin. I deal in licorice. I will give you 3 pieces of licorice for that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested.
Take it or leave it.
I'm going to tell all the people I babysit for, like, you know what, guys? I don't want money anymore. Just give me licorice. Wait, I'm sorry. I just remembered. Can you tell Jesse and the audience
Oh, yes.
about the kid that gave you the apple?
The kid. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
One of my students brought up an apple, and I believe it was just from his like breakfast bag. He didn't like bring it from home, you know what I mean? But he's like, "Here you go," and I was like, "Thanks." I'm like, you know what? I'll eat this. I don't eat enough fruit. And then like I looked back a couple seconds later, he had grabbed like a Clorox wipe. And he was just cleaning off the apple for me, just
Oh,
wiping all around it.
yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm not going to eat my apples today.
The doctor will not be kept away because I am not going to eat that apple.
He meant well. I was disappointed.
It just
to see
makes
that.
me laugh so hard. You're like, oh, sick, an apple. All right. And then he was
Totally.
like, let me get it nice and clean
Here
for
you
you,
go,
Teach.
Miss Honkala.
Yeah, enjoy.
Delicious chemicals.
Yeah.
So, of course, Kathleen has to share the hot goss with Caitlin. But Melanie heard, it was just a pack.
Exactly what.
It wasn't a real kiss. I heard it was just a peck. Lots of women do that.
That was good, Jesse. That was like an exact
I
replica.
spelled
of her
it
voice.
out very, very
Oh,
deliberately.
Ah.
It was just a pack.
Oh my god.
God damn it, Melanie. Lots of women do that.
Well, in that line too, I was like, do they though?
Do
Do they though?
Because, like, Europe, maybe. Like, Europeans, I
Yeah.
feel like they do cheek kisses, but, like,
Mm.
Canada, I don't know. I don't think they do.
It's not something I do,
No, not me neither.
but it happens.
Yeah, no, exactly. It definitely wouldn't make me immediately think lesbians.
Mm.
I mean, I thought it was like a kiss on the mouth is what I saw, and I was like, oh yeah, they are gay.
All right.
There you go. Solved it.
So it sounds like your gaydar is real bad. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I guess.
So yeah, Melanie she thinks that's just what women do.
Mhm.
Kathleen thinks it's obviously the truth, but Caitlin thinks she's going to look like a giant fool when Mrs. Avery shows up to third period with a boyfriend.
Right. Bring your boyfriend to work day.
She reasonably points out that not seeing her with a man proves nothing.
Mm.
Miss Avery arrives and everyone sits down. Kathleen raises her hand and asks if she has a boyfriend. Miss Avery says, hundreds, but I don't know what business that is of yours. And the girls give each other really weird looks and it's just awkward.
Because then they're like, well, she's a slut. Oh my God. She's not a lesbian. She's a fucking hoe.
Hundreds.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, get around.
Mm-hmm.
Rick is still handing out licorice to everyone like a baller, but the dork detectives question if he really won the lottery. Arthur thinks he's a known thief, but Yick thinks it's all a bunch of rumors. And I'm over here if I had stolen $20, I don't think my first instinct would just to be go buy everyone licorice.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was going to steal $20, I'd do something selfish with it.
But I also want to know, how did he manage to play the lottery and win $100?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Who was going to sell him a lottery ticket and be like, oh, you must be 18? Absolutely.
Yeah, I was not sure what kind of lottery he won,
But they never brought up the fact that they were like, it doesn't sound right that he won the lottery. He's not old enough to play the lottery.
Arthur was more he said something like, nobody wins that much from the lottery. It's like they don't.
That's unheard of.
Here in Canada, you win 10 cents.
That's right. You mean 10 loonies.
That's right.
10 toonies.
But yeah, Arthur heard he stole a whole bunch of shit, and Yick admits he has a reputation. A true criminal mastermind.
Wow.
Yeah. But it was just...
I'm just imagining he backs up to stores with a fucking moving truck, drives
Load
through them.
her up.
Yep. Takes all the shoes.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. We know what Rick does.
So at this point in the episode, I just realized that we hadn't seen Joey once in this episode.
No.
And I'm like, is this the first time he hasn't been featured yet?
I was going to say, because he's been a really heavy character, so they probably had to just give him a break.
Yeah, but I'm
Maybe the actor had stuff going on that week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure though every other episode so far has featured him a lot. And I was like, wait, where's Joey? All right.
Right? They're like, who's going to carry this episode if Joey's not in it?
We need at least some sexual harassment. I guess Kathleen's taken on the sexual harassing role this episode, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually, surprised. I feel like Joey would have had a lot to say about this.
Yeah, I think so probably too.
But Yeah.
But they didn't. Well, you know what? They're not friends with him, so they're not
Yeah.
going to consult with him.
Susie wonders openly what lesies even do. Do they kiss? Is that something two women can even do?
I don't.
Is it like magnets that will repel each other if you put them together?
I think that's what it is.
What a boring question to follow up that first question with.
What do they even
kiss?
do? I don't. Like,
know.
I think their boobs get in the way. Like,
Yeah.
how could you actually
Can't
bring
even-
your lips together when the boobs would
Yeah.
be? You know what I mean?
Right.
They would keep your head back.
Mhm.
So I just,
It's the way God intended.
yeah. I mean, physically, it's just not gonna work.
Right.
All right.
Now,
It's Adam and Eve, not Miss Avery and Eve.
good one.
Sorry, that was not great.
No, Susie is very confused.
Mhm.
She has to know, but it is so gross.
Yeah.
Yuck. Caitlin thinks Kathleen is making up rumors and scolds her about spreading them.
Just like Miss Avery spreads them legs to all the boys. Sorry.
How would Susie like it if everyone was calling her a lesbian? Susie backs down. She develops a photo of Miss Avery touching Caitlin and points out how touchy-feely she is. Caitlin writes it off. Susie doesn't get why she's so mad. They're not calling her a lessie, but Caitlin just doesn't really respond. She's like,
I've got nothing.
Yeah. And we're back in Caitlin's dream world where she robotically comes to Miss Avery's call. She's
Well,
like,
you know it's a dream because she's wearing a brighter color than
Yeah.
everybody else.
yeah. Oh, this one was obviously
And
a
there's
dream.
flowers everywhere. I think there was flowers in
Yeah.
the first dream too, but like it's just so interesting that like Caitlin's psyche would set up this really like romantic with flowers, like
Feminine.
yes, yeah. Oh, I guess you're right. Wow, I didn't get that.
Sapphic.
That's a big
Yeah.
word.
So they cuddle again, and that bitch Kathleen now calls Caitlin a lesbian. Points and whispers turn into chants. Gay, 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 lesbian,
gay.
lesbian, 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 lesbian.
I know that's not even a
lesbian.
good word to chant. Lesbian, lesbian, lesbian. Like that's just
It goes
Yeah.
on for way too long.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Caitlin jolts awake again, and I'm thinking she might want to talk to a therapist. This is a lot.
Was she like sweating?
Yes.
Oh yeah. They kept like showing her sweaty face. I'm like, oh,
Weird.
Yeah.
this girl's having a tough time.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I don't think even when I have like a sexy dream, I don't wake up sweating.
Mm,
I mean, maybe that's just me.
yeah.
I don't know.
But what happens when you dream that people are chanting lesbian at you?
Oh, that does make me sweat profusely. That's a good point. I forgot. I did. It's my bad. My bad. That's soak sheets guaranteed.
Oh yeah. What just happened?
Eric's like, oh, the bed's all wet, Carly. Were you dreaming about people chanting lesbian at you again? I'm like, oh, sorry.
Won't
I had to
stop.
change the sheets. Sorry.
Oh god. Caitlin and Susie see Miss Avery pull up. This is like their like daily routine. We gotta wait to see Miss Avery pull up with her
Right.
lady friend. And she gives her another cheek kiss. Miss Avery sees Caitlin and rushes up to tell her about an article she found on Native people and puts her arm around her.
What?
That totally.
That's
I mean,
weird.
because that was the real one. The
Yeah.
other stance was in the dream.
Yeah.
But I was like, you really don't need to put your arms around this child
Yeah,
while
yeah.
you guys are walking. Like, just some space.
Yeah.
Is appropriate.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different time
It was a different time.
when
You should ask
people
that
did
teacher
that.
that was-
I don't.
That started teaching the day you were born and be like, did you used to put your arm around students in 1989? Is that what they did back then?
Right. Mm-hmm.
She ordered her a book, and Caitlin is reluctantly talking with her about it while Kathleen and Annie whisper, "Little bitches."
You.
Such assholes. The dork detectives pull their usual spy routine, watching Rick at his locker. Arthur thinks if they just stalk him long enough, they'll catch him stealing.
Yep.
He's bound to steal.
Mm-hmm.
They're so bad at it.
Yeah, this is them every episode, though. Like, they are constantly spying on people and doing it very poorly.
Oh my god, the corner in the bathroom
Yeah.
when they were
Oh,
both just
God.
like blatantly standing there watching him
Yes.
unzip his fly.
Like,
He
what
looks
are you
over his shoulder and then they're like, oh shit, and they both burst into a stall.
Mhm.
I'm like, you're 5 feet from him.
Yeah.
This isn't working.
Right? Like, they
I-
wouldn't hear you step on the toilet.
That's right.
I feel like by the end of the season, or I don't know how long they carry this spy routine out, but I mean, they've been doing it since episode 1.
Mhm.
And I feel like I need to make a music video.
Oh my
A
God.
montage.
Yeah, along to some kind of song about spying. You know, I'll be
I always
watching
feel like
you.
somebody's
I
I'll be
always
watching.
feel like
Somebody's
watching me. We'll figure
Yeah.
out one of them, and I'm gonna make
Yeah.
a music video for it.
Mhm.
Kathleen is back on her bullshit.
God damn it, Kathleen.
Now she's trying to convince Susie that Caitlin is a lessee too.
Mhm.
This word is fucking killing me.
I
Oh my god.
apologize, but I'm only going
Yeah.
to call you Leslie from now
That's
on. Oh, yeah, you know my friend Kaylie, she's a Leslie.
Who are you going to be introducing me to that doesn't already know that? You know,
Eric, get in here.
He's aware.
He's aware. No, he just thought that you and Beth were friends.
Just
Yeah.
a best friend.
Just
Yes.
roommates
We know
and
that's not wrong.
drive each other to work and stuff. You know?
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
you have dogs together
Two
and
dogs.
stuff. Like,
I kiss her when I get out of the car.
Yeah.
what?
Mhm.
That's just what women do.
It's just what.
Oh,
women
you're
do.
right. I'm sorry. My
Yeah.
bad. I'm sorry. I forgot for a
You
second.
forgot
I
that
did.
we had already discussed this.
Yes.
And women everywhere are just giving their friends kisses daily,
Yeah.
every morning when they get out of the car,
Mhm.
daily.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not when they're drunk at a bar and just feeling really good. It's a regular part of their routine.
Oh. So they're always talking and touching. It's obvious. But Susie doesn't buy it. Kathleen points out that Caitlin is super weird in the locker room and doesn't want to change in front of people. And if we know anything about lesbians, it's that they do not want to be around naked women. Like,
No.
no. I'm sorry.
Nope.
A naked woman? No, get away from me.
I mean, I think it makes total sense. That's why I actually will just walk around the locker room completely naked
yeah.
when I'm at the
Because
gym.
you're like,
to be
I
like,
am
look how straight I
super
am."
straight. You're
I gotta assert my dominance
Right.
if there are any lessies in there. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go ahead and even put, my leg up on the fucking bench
Yeah.
in like a nice little Captain Morgan position
Mhm.
just to really show everybody that I am not gay.
Mm-mm.
Swing them titties around. You know what I mean? Like, you do what
Yeah.
you gotta do to
Yeah.
let everybody know.
You do.
I mean, I guess I learned something new about myself today because I used to change in a stall. So I guess I'm a
Wow.
lesbian. Fuck.
People were talking. You didn't even know it.
I never knew that about myself till Degrassi Jr High told me that was the way.
Can you imagine that's how you wait a minute.
It
Oh
all
my
makes sense.
God. Johnny, I'm sorry, this isn't gonna work out. I just made a discovery about myself.
How were you a change in the stall kind of gal or a change out in the open?
No, just a regular. Right now, absolutely not. Like we just went to the gym yesterday, my wife and me. And she's way more like, keeps things covered up. He's like
Yeah.
modest. in the
Well,
gym.
that's
I don't
because Beth
care.
is pansexual. So
Okay.
I just walk around. I don't care. I mean, I don't necessarily walk around for no reason.
You don't.
okay. So I do recall because I once asked, I was like, when you're in the locker room getting changed, do you think it's more polite to like face the locker so everyone sees your butt?
Mhm.
Or is it more appropriate to face forward so that when you bend over, you're not like
Ugh.
showing your butthole to people? Like,
Oh,
what
no.
is the proper, And I think it was
Yeah.
Kaylie who was just like, Carly, I think you just got to get dressed. I
Yeah.
don't think it matters.
I think everybody else is thinking way less about your body position than you are.
I just didn't want anyone to see my butthole. And I was like, is it weird if I'm like oh, let me turn my butthole around so that I can flop my titties down to pull my pants up. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Fellas, is it gay to show off your butthole in the locker room?
Recently waxed. Yeah.
Right.
Vaxxed, waxed, and ready
Waxed
for
and
sex.
waxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
I
just
wish I
why
came up
I
with that. I
changed
did
it in the
not.
stall, because I didn't have to think about any of it. I was free.
You weren't vaxxed and waxed.
No, I hated
Not at
changing
the
in front of
time.
people. I was like, we had like these stalls, right? Well, like they were like a long stall that maybe like people used to take showers in.
Yeah, we did too. Yeah.
There was like a series of stalls, but there were no curtains on them.
Mhm.
We had some like ripped curtains. Like you had to like look for the curtain that wasn't fucked up, but there were
Mhm.
curtains.
Yeah. But I just went into the stall and changed. I was like, well, at least I'm like, not right
Yeah.
out there.
If
I
I
was
recall,
not comfortable.
we had like it was like showers were in the middle, and then on
Yeah.
like either side there was like a place to change. So it was like a several layers of curtains.
Yeah.
Where there was a shower in the middle, and then you had like a changing place, and then,
And
it was,
then
like,
the dudes just had a big ass shower.
were you
like-
in there, Jesse? What did you know?
We've gone in there before. I can't remember why. We
Wow.
did go in there one day, and I don't remember why. Like we all went in there. I don't know what the hell.
Did
that
you have
was.
hundreds of boyfriends too, like Miss Avery? In the
No,
boys'
I
locker
was-
room?
I was forever alone. You know this about me.
Yeah, that's true.
But no, I remember like we went into the boys' locker room, and it was just like a big ass group shower
Mhm.
set up, and I was like, I was just uncomfortable with all of it. I want to be naked alone. Everyone leave me
Mhm.
alone.
Yeah, okay. Fair. Fair.
Don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Look away.
It's like at the beginning of I Am Beautiful by Christina Aguilera. Don't look at me.
Right, on Mean Girls.
Mean Girls. Don't look at me.
But so yeah, Caitlin is always acting weird when they talk about Miss Avery. Melanie chimes in with, "Who gives a fuck?"
I'm saying.
That's my girl.
I'm saying.
But Susie is outraged. She's not a lesbian. She's my friend.
Now, you'd be surprised how often I say that about you, Kaylee.
Mhm.
So I defend you. I just want you to know. I let people know.
Thank you.
Yes.
Then Kathleen really takes it off the deep end by suggesting Susie stop going into the dark room with her alone because she might try to get all gay with her.
Mm-hmm.
Susie will be the next one everyone spreads rumors about if she isn't careful.
I mean, didn't Kathleen put her hand on Susie's shoulder? And I think that's what makes you gay. So I think we know it's Kathleen. She's the one. She's deflecting
Yeah.
from herself this whole entire episode.
Yeah. She's just like, if I don't keep saying that everybody else is a lesbian, I'm going to be the one.
There
that
you go.
everyone's
Mhm.
talking about. So
Exactly.
Whoever smelt it, they'll take, girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Caitlin comes in and says hi, and it's just real awkward.
Mhm.
Arthur and Yick stalk Rick down the hallway some more as he's still handing out this endless supply of licorice.
He is like calling kids from afar, like,
Yeah.
Steve, get over here. I got licorice. You
Oh.
want some? Like, he is really trying to give this shit away.
I mean, at this point, he's probably had so much liquor.
yeah.
He's like, I
He's just
need
like,
to
take
get
it from
rid
me.
Yeah.
of this fucking licorice.
He's like, my teeth are going to fall out of my mouth.
Right.
Somebody take some of this goddamn licorice.
Why did I buy so much?
Ugh.
I
Just was
know.
excited about all the $100 that I had.
Yeah,
Yep. Oh.
he just went in. He was like, "Give me all the licorice you can for $100." And in the 80s, that was a lot of licorice. Like,
Uh-huh. I imagine it was just like, in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory when, I was supposed to call him Willy. No. When Charlie, starts shoving chocolate bars in his mouth
Yeah.
and he's like, one more, please. And the guy's like, oh, you're going to get a stomachache. That's what it was.
Mhm.
But so yeah, he just keeps offering it to people and bragging about his lottery win. This is like really all he has in life. So
If anything, he should be worried about getting his $100 stolen.
True.
True. Like he's really bragging about this money, and I feel like that's what you don't want to do because then
Yeah.
people are going to target you and steal from you.
oh, the Degrassi bandit is like on the prowl, just like, all right,
Mhm.
getting him next.
Mhm.
Yep.
So the boys follow him into the bathroom, but then try to act like they totally aren't stalking him. They watch him pee, nervous he's going to try to steal a urinal cake.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking at him for
Yeah.
right now? Like, what's he going to steal?
He also just keeps the bag of licorice like on the windowsill above the
Yeah.
urinal. I'm like,
Ew.
ooh.
This is like, that's the weirdest thing is like this licorice bag has been around the block at this point.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I don't think I want
Mm.
any of that licorice now
Mm-mm.
because, yeah, he
Mm-mm.
just, it was a little too casual.
Yeah.
Literally like 3 feet from where he's peeing.
Mhm.
Just splattering everywhere.
Yeah,
Oh.
like, yeah, no, I no longer want a piece of licorice.
Yeah.
No.
But so they hide in the stalls and peek over the top, but they aren't very sneaky because he catches them and gives them the biggest what the fuck look ever. So
Did you see the posters on the bathroom stalls?
No.
Okay, so one large poster of a woman's face, like just I'm like I don't know what this is a poster for, but then the other one was it looked like it was like a kid with a crutch, like it was very abstract, but then it said it isn't just a game, it's your future. I don't know.
Crutches?
I saw that as well.
Crutches? is
Yeah,
like-
I'm like, was it about drunk driving? I don't know, but
No,
Yeah.
they're running and like putting the crutch down and like doing a leap forward.
that isn't a game.
It isn't a game. It's serious.
Your future.
Yeah, it's your future. Your future 5 feet ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad joke. But so I'm worried about Arthur and Yick because they're going to be the next ones with this gay rumor about them because they are just creeping like crazy. If anyone's suspicious, it's them watching him pee.
That's what I'm saying. They're following a lot of men around.
Yes.
Well, not men, boys, but like
Yes.
they constantly are following boys.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we know the truth.
Something's going on.
And so Arthur was wearing a Cub shirt, which I thought was weird because I'm like, y'all are in
Hmm.
Canada. Interesting. Okay.
Didn't notice. Yeah.
Anyways, it's just something I noticed.
All right, so Susie is gushing over their super interesting photos in the darkroom.
Oh my god.
She is so happy she didn't get sent to private school and wound up here in the darkroom with Caitlin.
Well, I mean, because look at these photos.
It's
She would have
okay.
never gotten those anywhere else.
Mm.
Degrassi's world renowned for their photography program. My goodness.
Caitlin thinks she's being weird and asks what's up. She won't shut her yap.
Mm-hmm.
Susie writes it off as just being excited. When Caitlin reaches by her, she gasps and steps backwards. Caitlin is really confused now. Susie pops the big question. You're not a lesbian, right? Caitlin can't believe it, and neither does Susie. Caitlin rushes off, and they're both totally confused.
Mm-hmm.
Ruins those photos.
I was gonna say
Right?
she opened that door. Those photos are fucked. Like
Oh,
Susie
yeah.
was really happy with
Oh.
them, but they're fucked now. So
Mhm.
Yeah, Susie probably should have gone to private school because all of her work is ruined.
honestly,
This has all been for.
she's gonna transfer tomorrow.
Mhm.
Did you see the apron she was wearing, Susie?
No.
It said "Don't shoot," and I was like, "Oh, this is weird."
Oh.
I mean, assuming it was about photography, but it was like, "Oh, that's weird."
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't like
yeah.
that she's wearing an apron that says "Don't shoot." That's
That's rough.
really strange.
I did not
Mhm.
notice that.
I'm always noticing the fashion choices.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I was very, very late in taking my notes, so I didn't get to notice any of these smaller things.
Mm-hmm.
I was down to the wire for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So Caitlin lays in her bed and confides in good old Teddy. Do these dreams make me a lesbian? Am I going to be a friendless loser in a school full of homophobes forever?
Yes.
Well, she keeps asking the teddy bear questions, but the bear ain't got shit to say.
Mhm.
I also think you're gay, Caitlin. Stop hugging me. I'm a girl bear.
Imagine if it was like a bear with a little voice box in it, and while
Mhm.
Kathleen was over, she recorded, "You're a lesbian."
Oh my god. Like a fucking Build-A-Bear.
Yeah.
And she hugs it. You're a lesbian. What?
What?
I mean,
Teddy.
it certainly help her like answer the question she's been asking,
Mhm.
right? Just to be told.
She pushes it again. It's like, gay, 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 gay.
Well, that settles it.
So she lets the bear know that, she likes Miss Avery, but she just doesn't want to be different. She hugs that bear.
Aww.
Seemed like she did sleep with the bear. She was lying before.
She was.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So how do we know what else she's lying about when she's clearly very good at lying?
Mm-hmm. Not the bear.
Master manipulator.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Avery hands out papers and compliments the kids. She gets to Caitlin and puts her hand on her shoulder, but Caitlin tells her not to touch her.
Don't fucking touch me!
Mm-hmm.
It's awkward for everyone involved.
Yeah, right. Everyone's like, oh boy.
Whoa.
Like, should the teacher respect that boundary? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was palpable.
It was also like a what? Whoa. Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Oh, shit.
But that bitch Kathleen is in the back looking all scandalized. She's like, oh.
Can't wait to tell people about this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The bell rings and Miss Avery asks Caitlin to hang back. Everyone leaves and Arthur and Yick rush after Rick. Miss Avery asks Caitlin what's up. She's reluctant, but explains that the rumor mill is churning. Everyone thinks she's a lesbian. Miss Avery doesn't know why. Caitlin points out that she's not married, and Miss Avery is like, oh, so if you're single, you're gay? I guess.
I mean, yeah.
What is that thing that, oh God, people talk about like bisexual people, and you're like, well, if you're in a relationship with a man, then you're straight.
Yeah.
Like, and if you're in a relationship with a woman, you're gay. It's like, well, then what am I if I'm single? I'm asexual.
Yep.
Yep. Is this how it works?
If it's not,
tell me how my sexuality works, please.
if you don't actively have a P in your V or a V on your V, that means that you're
Yeah. Well, someone
Nothing.
told me once that it's just, whoever you wind up with forever determines your sexuality if you say you're bisexual. And so I'm like, so I will not know until I'm on my deathbed what my sexualally is.
just like whoever's last, right?
Yeah, whoever's last.
Right.
That's who I was all along.
Heaven forbid your partner dies before you.
Oh, and then it's just like,
Everyone's
I guess I was asexual all
this
along.
whole time.
Weird. So anyways, Caitlin, starts rattling off what's going on, and Miss Avery has an answer for everything. The woman she's always with is her roommate, and her friend was definitely imagining them holding hands. Caitlin points out that she kissed her, but that's just how Miss Avery is.
She kisses all her
All right.
female friends, she says.
Yeah.
She just loves kissing people.
You know what I mean?
If she's kissing all these women, I'm just going to say that makes her more gay.
Yeah. Kaylie, can you stop being so prejudiced? My God.
Oh, man. I think she was lying. I think she is dating that woman.
Ooh. Ooh, sassy.
I mean, maybe she is bisexual. Who knows? Because she seemed kind of into Raditch, too.
I know. Oh, maybe
She
they
just loves everyone.
they invented polyamory, and
Mhm.
she's in a
Maybe.
relationship with both of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, she has hundreds.
Huh, she did say that.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't lying. Like, that was real.
She's like, I date everybody. Who's interested?
Yeah.
Kids? I'm down. You know what I mean? I'll take anybody.
Hundreds of relationships.
Mhm.
Yick and Arthur follow Rick up the stairwell, and he confronts them. They say it's just about the money, but he doesn't know what they're talking about. And I recorded that one, too.
Oh, good.
Because it was a real intense about.
What money? What are you talking about?
About.
A boat. He has a very thick
boat.
Canadian accent. Everything he was saying, it was like, oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does. I'm like, Rick didn't seem threatening at all. He's like the same height as those two,
Yeah.
and like he was holding their shirts, but like
Yeah.
it wasn't that aggressive
Right.
to me.
So Yick mentions that there was money stolen from him, but Arthur is a big scaredy cat and says, not stolen, borrowed.
So like, yeah, if you needed it, it's fine. If you just
Yeah, just give it back to me.
not a big deal.
Return some of that licorice.
Yeah,
Give
pay me
some
back.
money back.
Pay me back in licorice. It's fine.
I'm sure you want to get rid of that. You got so much left.
Mhm.
Rick thinks they're crazy to think he stole, but they point out how he started balling right after it went missing.
Very suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, everyone knows he's a thief. Like, come on.
Yep.
He apparently isn't aware of the rumors about him.
No.
DJ Radish catches them and clears his throat. And that's just the end of that scene. It was a very awkward way to end.
Mm-hmm. yeah.
Anyways, let's
The
move on.
writers did not know how to wrap it up.
Yeah. Also, I'm surprised that, like, he, in true Raditch fashion, I'm surprised he wasn't like, Yick, Arthur, what are you doing? Like,
Yes.
because he's always yelling at the person who's, like, being treated poorly.
No horseplay in the stairwell.
Yick.
So Caitlin and Miss Avery wrap up their rap sesh, and she asks if she has any more questions. She brings up that people now think that she's gay, and that she's been having abnormal dreams. Miss Avery thinks sex dreams are totally normal. She's just a big ball of hormones, and they're just working themselves out.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really intimate conversation
I
we're
know.
having in the hallway.
It's weird. But also,
Yeah.
she didn't even
Like-
say she was having sex dreams.
Right,
Crazy.
right. Like,
She's
and
like-
you know that Kathleen is in a locker right now,
Right.
like, taking notes, like, oh my god.
Listen.
I saw Miss Avery finger banging Caitlin in the hallway.
And then what's her name? Missy, the friend
Jesus.
in the photo
Oh,
room.
Susie?
Susie. Susie's like, what's finger banging?
Yeah.
Is that a kind of kissing?
What do lesbians even do?
Should I take a picture of it?
How does it work? All right. Arthur and Yick approach Yick's locker, and Yick doesn't think it's Rick anymore. Arthur isn't so sure. Rick is clearly a criminal. A bunch of junk comes flying out of his locker when he opens it, and what do you know? There's the $20.
Never could have seen it coming.
Right. Arthur is pissed. He grabs Yick by the shirt and calls him a broomhead for putting his life in danger. Yick points out that it was Arthur's brilliant idea to stalk the poor boy in the first place, and they just bicker all the way out the door.
I wish they would just get into a fist fight over this.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I think it needs to be settled.
friendship over.
Mm-hmm.
And we are in front of the school. Miss Avery and Caitlin are exiting and see that DJ Radish is waiting on Miss Avery.
Mm.
Caitlin gets all scandalized, but Miss Avery tells her to not get all caught up in gossip again. Hasn't she learned her lesson?
She's gonna go suck Raditch's dick.
Caitlin tells her she's a good teacher and she's sorry for thinking she was gay. And Miss Avery points out that it shouldn't matter if she was. Caitlin agrees. I think we all learned something today.
The liberal agenda.
Yes. Oh, this is the gay agenda that everyone's been
Mhm.
talking about. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Well, I mean, weren't they saying that, like, if we accept gay people, that pedophilia is next? Isn't
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
or bestiality? Like, isn't
Mhm.
they always go like, "Well, can I marry a lamp now?" And it's
Yeah.
like, if you want, I don't know. It's a
Oh
little
my
weird,
God.
but oogie.
The sad thing is that there are pedophiles and bestiality people who try to use that argument,
Yeah.
and it's like, will you
Mhm.
just go fuck yourself? Maybe. Just fuck off. Don't talk
Mhm.
again, ever again.
Yeah.
the both of those things have come up on Twitter in the last week, and
Mhm.
both times these people were saying that. I'm like, no. This is not.
Pump the
no.
brakes.
Mm-mm.
Good Lord. Lots of discourse this week. It all sucks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, how many chef's kisses did you give this?
You know what? I gave it 5 chef's
Yeah?
kisses
Oh,
because
man.
honestly, it was such a ridiculous episode with
Mm.
all the chanting. Like,
Mhm.
over the
Mhm.
top, I had to give it 5.
Yeah. The dream sequences.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it 4 out of 5. I wasn't sure if I should give it more or less given the absence of Joey.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I should give it a 5 because it was nice to get a break from Joey for a while.
Yeah. Joey M. Jeremiah. The M stands for missing from this episode.
Yeah. We see a poster on the wall, missing persons, Joey Jeremiah.
That's it. He's on a milk jug.
Oh, that's why we didn't see him last week.
Yep.
Right. I think for like what 87 this was, like it was a pretty decent episode for like exposing kids to there are people who are gay and who cares,
Right.
But they did totally cop out by then having her not be a lesbian after misleading us for so long.
Yeah.
2 kisses, come on.
Come on. Yeah.
Come on.
Don't hide from yourself, Miss
Just
Avery.
Give this to me.
Yeah. No, I feel you, but that is, yeah. Degrassi is usually pretty good at, like, touching all the topics.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely ahead of their time
Mm-hmm.
a lot. Like they jump right on board with like, you know what? Let's normalize this. Let's like actually call out that it's ridiculous to be prejudiced.
Yep. Oh, I just wanted to say that after this finished on YouTube, the next video that it was suggesting for me to watch was a clip from Next Generation of Paige and Alex kissing.
Oh.
So I know I was like, oh, so you think after I watch this episode, I should watch 2 girls kissing? Like, I get, you know what? Checks out.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Well, what are we talking about next week?
We're talking about Season 1, Episode 7, Best Laid Plans.
Ooh. Okay. No fucking clue what that's going to be.
Yep, no, I have no idea.
Well, keep me updated if Caitlin figures out her sexuality. Because I feel like there's still some lingering.
Well, she, like, we see her as an adult in Next Generation, and she's still, she's straight.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah,
at least as far as we know.
Yeah. We don't.
That's fair.
We don't know what she did in college. You know what I mean?
True.
She probably experimented a
Could have
little
been
bit.
flexy.
Yeah.
Could have been flexy Leslie.
Yeah, she could give it a whirl,
Oh God. So yeah, do you have any social media you'd like to plug?
Oh no, sure don't.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Hard
Me
pass.
alone.
No, just your average gay teacher, I guess. Yeah.
That should be your Twitter handle. Your average gay teacher.
Average gay teacher. AGT.
AGT. That's me.
Love it.
Well, that's cool.
Nice.
What about you, Carly?
You can find me on some places on the internet at Carly Jo Gear, no spaces, or you can follow my kitty pictures if you want to see on Instagram the real Nick Furry with underscores between the words. I know, pretty exciting.
So this week, I'm going to plug an extra special account that I started and then didn't really pay attention to a few days and really got to get back to.
That's right.
But, and it's Twitter, and my username is Wish, WTAF, because I am documenting the ridiculous sex toy ads that I get all the time on Wish.
Yeah, Wish.
And they're fucking crazy. Have you gotten recommended sex toys on Wish?
I've gotten recommended everything on Wish, like from sex toys to like spoons for cocaine.
Yeah. Yes. Crack pipes.
Yeah. Crack pipes. Yeah.
So here's the thing. I'll be scrolling Wish. I'll see something and be like, "What?"
You gotta click
is
it.
that? I click it and I see it and I'm like, I don't like this. This is weird. But the more I click on them, the more I get them.
Yep.
The more I click on them,
rabbit hole.
vicious cycle. So now I just got a shit ton of weird ass sex toy advertisements. And yeah, if you go to this account, Wish WTAF, you will see what I'm talking about. It's not just weird sex toys, which, what is a weird sex toy? They're all,
Yeah.
But the ads
Yeah.
are fucking hilarious. Oh, I'm going to read one real quick. Hold on. It says, this is for a penis enlargement pill.
Of course.
It's a man who looks very upset and a search, field being entered. How to grow your pee, and then it's lists how to grow your penis, how to grow your penis size, how to grow your penis length, how to grow your penis fast. Above it are a bunch of pictures of stock photos of people like really worried, and it's wife sexual apathy. Every erection, no physical need.
What?
Lonely, uncomfortable. The wife is pregnant, unable to solve. The physiological needs. Single, no spouse. A single person is still a virgin, unable to enjoy the orgasm. Girlfriend is not around. Very want to, but can only imagine and use the right hand.
Tale as old as time, am
Yeah.
I right?
It's a perfect
So, I
advertisement.
mean,
I
you
don't
have
get
to
much
actually
money
look
about
at it because it's fucking wild. So I started documenting them, and I put a bunch up, but then I didn't for a few days. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna go jump back into it because I'm having a blast with it.
And we're on TikTok now, right?
Yes.
You made us a TikTok.
Oh.
Yeah, I just added us to TikTok like last week. You can follow us there at A Social Disease, and you can also follow us at A Social Disease pretty much everywhere. Yeah, we'll be updating that, and hopefully we'll do more TikToks than just like our clips. You know, like we'll make some more of those funny videos that I made the other day. You know, the yogurt
I liked it.
video. I had a
Yeah.
good time. I was proud of that.
And please like and subscribe and rate us, please.
Oh,
Please, dear God, give us a 5-star review.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
Oh, yeah. Thanks
Thanks,
for having
Kaylie.
me.
Good. Thanks for listening, everybody.
We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye. And once again, we're your hosts, Jesse Mack,
And Carly Jo Gear.
and this has been A Social Disease Podcast.
Thanks for listening.